Hello, welcome back. Can you believe we're up to week 3? Okay, today I have a treat. You are about to do your grapheme deck with Zana. Here she is.
Okay, let's get ready to do our grapheme deck. Let's see if we can do it a bit faster than last time. Or as in fork. This is a vowel. I as in cry, end of a short word. E as in happy, long word, 2 syllables. I as in pyramid, in the middle of a word. Short sound, I. Long sound, I. Ah, it's one of those vowel R combinations. 3 sounds. D, t. Oo. Oo as in screw, U as in Jew. I, E as in peace, I as in fi. Or as in pour. Short, long, U, like emu. Long, E, short, e. Short, o, long, o. This is the one we did last week. When the letter G is followed by the I, it makes a J sound, like giraffe. Got that letter again, J like gem. J like Jim. There's this from the gentle Cindy. S like cycle. When it's followed with the I, S as in city. Here's another one of those gentle Cindy's. Don't get tricked. When the C is followed by an E, it makes a S sound, as in scent. K. G, the hard sounds of gentle Cindy. Or, as in sauce. You might need that later on. 3 sounds. Ch, as in cheese. K, as in school. Sh, as in chef. The last one. TCH, the trigraph. We learnt that goes at the end of a short word following a short vowel. Well done today.
Excellent. Don't you love Zana's blue necklace? Fabulous. Okay, let's activate that phonological awareness and then do our definitions. Ready? Today we're bonding with graphemes and it's that focus on that or phoneme. So all of the words are going to contain or. Let's go. First word is for. Tap and say f, or. Find. Say f, or for. Okay, we are going to add the phoneme k to the end. Find. Add to the end. Tap and say f, or k. And I'll do it on here too. F, or k. New word, fork. Brilliant. Okay, the next one, we're going to change fork, but we're going to change the k to a m phoneme. Ready? Go. I'm sure you're doing it faster in your head than my arms will actually work. Ready? Tap and say f or m, form. Brilliant. We are going to change form and we're going to change it to the word fort. It needs to change. Final consonant sound. New word, please. Fort. Terrific. Excellent. Let's flick out the first consonant we hear. Let's change that f to sh. New word, please. Shot. Terrific. Let's get on to our definitions. Make sure you're doing the actions at home because remember, that is how we get it to hook into our brain. Starting with a phoneme. A phoneme is a single sound in a word. A grapheme is a letter or a group of letters that represent a phoneme. A digraph, 2 letters together that represent a single sound, and a trigraph is 3 letters together that represent a phoneme. Tri means 3. Quad is 4, of course, or quad graph. 4 letters together representing a phoneme. Syllable, beaten a word. Got it. Excellent. Must have that vowel sound in there somewhere. Okay, straight into our learning intention for today. So today we are going to use the grapheme O-R-E to represent the phoneme OR. Here's what it looks like. So let's just repeat that phoneme, OR. Nice long jaw there, letting that sound roll out, OR. Excellent. Now, this is our new grapheme for today, but I imagine in your brain right now, you are remembering all of the other graphemes we've previously learned for OR. Just write them down on a piece of paper if you can remember any. And then check our answers on the board. Let's check those OR graphemes. Think back to year 1. Did you have OR, A-W, OR, like a paw on a dog or a cat? Did you have O-R, vowel combination, OR as in fork? Did you have OR as in source? Sometimes if it's a proper noun, remember it will have that capital A for the month August. Excellent. So we have A-W, OR. Repeat. Did I hear you? Come on. Clearer, louder. O-R, OR. A-U, OR. Perfect. Excellent. Remember our new grapheme for today is O-R-E, OR. Repeat. Excellent. Ready to skywrite? Remember they have to be really huge, big body movements. So 2 fingers up. Let's go. O-R-E, OR. Repeat. O-R-E, OR. Repeat. O-R-E, OR. Great. Time to see that written down. Remember how fussy I am about handwriting? And I'm fussy about handwriting because the way we form our letters helps us remember our spelling patterns. Really important. So let's do it on the board together here. New grapheme, you say it, I write it. Let's go. O-R-E, OR. Fantastic. This time I'm going to write it slower. Please pay attention to where I start my letter formation and where I take my pen off. O-R-E, OR. We are year 2. There's some people out there up for a challenge. We do know that we can link and we bond them as a unit. Let's give it a go. O-R, and we link onto the E. OR. Ready? Again. O-R, link to the E. OR. Okay, it's time for you to collect your pen and paper writing tools. I would like you to try and write OR either in print. Actually, do 5 in print and then do 5 in link. See how you go. Pause, write. How did you go with that letter formation? Now, if you're comfortable with print, I'd like you to stay with print because we do want that to be really becoming easy for you to write. If you're ready for a challenge and you would like to try linking the O-R-E throughout this week, go for it. Excellent. Try a bit of both. Okay, let's repeat our phoneme for today. OR. OR. Nice long vowel sound coming through there. We talked about it being a Vowel R combination. And the reason we call it a Vowel R combination is because this R actually changes what we have to do with our mouth, and it actually manipulates and changes the vowel sounds a little tiny bit. So we call it a Vowel R combination. You already know some Vowel R combinations. Let me hold those ones up. You already know R as in car, or as in fork, as in surf, as in bird, as in fern. So, vowel R combination. This one usually is found at the end of our base words. So it's usually found at the end of those base words. So remember, base words holds the original part of the meaning of a word, and if a prefix or a suffix comes along, it can change the meaning of that base word. So we're looking for this spelling pattern or grapheme at the end of our base words today. Let's go with our first word grid for the day. Ready for our decoding and word fluency reading? Let's go. Or, O-R-E, or. Let's go. The first line we will tap and say. Now I am depending on you to be tapping as I'm pointing along. I really need you to do that for the first row, and then we can go and just read the second row straight away. Let's go. Tap and say up here. Ch, or word chore. Ch, or chore. You tap and say, I'll point. Let's go. S, n, or snore. S, k, or score. G, or gore. B, or bore. Great. Really clear articulation. While those words are in your mind, let's read them as whole words and a little bit faster. Let's go. Chore, snore, score, gore, bore. Terrific. Pause. Read the next row in your mind, and then we'll come back and say together. Ready to read together? Let's go. Adore, ignore, before, restore, or. Let's read a little bit faster. Adore, ignore, before, restore, or. Terrific. Have a look, read through in your mind. I'm going to place the pen underneath. Say it in your head, and then when I come back, let's say it together. Ready? Okay. More. I didn't hear you. Come on. Really clear, nice big articulation for me. Ready? Let's go. More. Tore. Let's break this one up into syllables first. I'll underline on this one. Together, herb, vor. Same sequence again. Together, vor. Carnivore. Last one. Explore. Terrific. Okay, if your name starts with a consonant, I'd like you to read out row 2. Go. If your name starts with a vowel, please read the top row. Go. All of us all together, bottom row, let's go. More, tore, herbivore, carnivore, explore. Okay, great reading. Now let's look at the vocabulary here. Some of these words are slightly unusual. Can you see a word in the first row that means to drill a hole in the ground? I have one of these on my farm. It's near the dam. It's a bore. So when we dig down to water, we call it a bore. Okay, there's a word also in the first row, which means when something sheds blood. So if you fall over and scratch your knee and blood comes out, it might be a bit of this word. You usually hear it with a Y on the end. Chory, snory, scory, nope. Blood coming out, it's gory. So gore means when we shed blood. Okay. If you really, really love something, this is a strong word for love. It's in the second row. Adore, when you have a really strong feeling for something. Okay, ignore. I think you'll be fine with that. Before. Ore. What kind of ore is that? This kind of ore is a mineral. Restore means to repair or fix something to its former state. More, tore is a past tense word here. If you tear something, it has been torn. Herbivore, carnivore. I bet you actually know what they are. You thinking of the dinosaurs? I am. Herbivores only eat plants. Carnivores love eating other animals. Yep, and explore. I think you're right with that. Great. Ready for our next activity? Words to write. Remember, we're going to tap and say first, and then we're going to write. I'll go a little bit slower and give you some time. Remember, you can always pause me. You're in charge of the teacher. How cool is that? You can always stop me and take more time to write. Remember, I'm really thinking about your letter formation too, so take that time to pause if you need to. When we come to that or phoneme, you can print or you can link those three letters together if you would like to try. First word today is snore. Tap and say or. Now, write in your page. Make sure you've got a pen that works. Say it with me again. Or. Let's write together. Let's go. You have to say it. Or. Word is snore. Let's write. Excellent. Next word. Our next word is more. Tap and say. How many phonemes? Only 2. Okay, let's write. Or. Word is more. Please write. Excellent. Next word is score. Score. Tap and say. You can tap on your leg. You can tap your fingers. You can tap on your page. Score. Or score. Let's go. Let me hear you. Word. What is that? Terrific. Next word, restore. Restore. Tap and say. Or. Let's go. Or. Write the word. Pause me if you need to. Or. Restore. Last word for today, ignore. Ignore. Tap and say. That's right. Or. I squashed that in at the end. Please write. Terrific. Well done. Was there anyone who tried to link their or grapheme? Would have looked like this, remember? And then it links onto the E. Terrific. If you would like to have a go at rewriting these words and linking your OR grapheme, pause and write and come back to me. Okay, time to review our learning today. So our learning today was the grapheme OR, spelt with the letters O-R-E, OR. This is what it looks like. Terrific. Now, where do we find this spelling? Usually at the end of our base words, usually. But we did have that OR, which was the mineral, remember? And it was just this on its own. Independent task time. So, for your homework today, you will need to get your screenshot or camera ready. Up on the screen, you will see a chart now full of OR words. Take a screenshot or a picture of this chart. Excellent. Did you notice in that chart that the words have all of your spellings of OR that you know so far? First thing you need to do on your chart is you need to point to the OR in the word, whichever one it is. You need to locate it and say O-R, OR. And if the word's fork, say the whole word. There's lots of talking in your homework tonight, and it's really important. Give your hand a rest, but use your mouth. What do you have to do? Find a word, locate which spelling it is, put your finger underneath, A-W, OR, and then read the word pour. Excellent. Part 2 of your independent task. You will then see the next chart come up on your screen now, and you will have 4 columns with each of these spellings up the top. Please write all of the words into the correct spelling pattern. And you know why we do this? Remember that map in your brain? The only way to remember which spelling we need to use, because there's not a lot of rules around this spelling, is to read and write these words many, many, many times. So it might be a slow task, but it's a really important task, so don't miss it. See you tomorrow.